Do you want early access? Do you want uncut reactions? If so, then check out our Patreon. Link in the description down below. Ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts. Because we are now getting into Attack on Titan, the final season, part 2. Yes, here we are. And I cannot be more excited. Although, at the same time, given how the response was to the first episode of the first half of the final season, there you go. Basically, that's where we are.
Don't give a fuck. Fuck yourselves.
It's, in all honesty, that's in the past now though. So we're here just about to kick off the first half of the first episode of the second half of the final season. And I think it's a bit weird that they split it up. Actually, you know what? I want to have a little bit of a haha moment for some assholes out there who are just like, no, they'll finish it in 16 episodes, dude. They said the final season. That means the final season. That means after all these episodes are done, they're done. And I'm just like, meanwhile, here we are sitting here about to start episode 17, and I'm just like, uh-huh. How's those NFTs coming along? Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. Get rich quick, huh? Go for it. I love it. Here's the thing. I don't gloat in the fact of being right. I don't like doing that. But I'll take this moment. Anyway, so we have the first episode of the second half of the final season here. It is called Judgment. So
I'm excited, and yet I'm not excited because I'm just like,
are you scared?
Oh, Jesus, what's going to happen?
Are you scared?
Yeah.
I'm kind of scared too.
But I have seen that this is number 2 of all time on myanimelist.com right now, so
yes.
Apparently it's pretty bitchin' from what everybody thinks.
Oh, yes. And I'm very, very excited / scared to see it as well. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to it. Here we go. Oh, no. 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 Oh!
Are you fucking shitting me?
リヴァイ兵長何があったか知らねえけど運がいい一番の脅威が血まみれになってる頭に一発撃ち込んでおきましょう死んでるよ俺も脈くらい測れる見せてくださいブロック
I'll just hanging dong. What's up, y'all?
逃げられたぞしまったおい逃がすぞ知らない少女が土をこねて俺の体を作った知らない場所でただそれを見ていたあれが道なのかジクさんあなたを拘束していた調査兵団30名は巨人にして従えたのですよね彼らはどこにまあいろいろあっていない
We're not allowed to watch the intro apparently.
God. Okay. Hold on. We at least listen to it.
Apparently it has spoilers in the lyrics. I've been told by people who have already watched this that the intro has major fucking spoilers for the end of the series in it. So.
I can already hear your fat fingers typing now. It's like, why'd you not watch the intro? The intro's amazing. Oh my god, you guys are so stupid. Oh my god. Blah, blah, blah. Look, if you're upset about us not watching the intro, okay. Sorry.
We'll watch the intro
That's
on
all
the
we
last
can do.
episode.
We will. But
so wait for it.
Again, guys, we are so sorry. We just don't want to be spoiled on shit because of how Attack on Titan has done this in the past. I don't think he's dead.
I hope not.
Because the way she was acting and the way she just jumped in the water with him.
Yeah, I really hope that she was just telling him that to throw him off because, like, talk about, like, the most shitty imaginable way to, like, start my hype for the last half of the final season.
I think he's
just tell me that, like, my favorite character in the whole fucking series died in the most bitch way imaginable.
If there's one person that is tough enough to take that, make it through, and then come back and basically destroy these assholes later on.
We did think Eren was straight up dead in the first season when we last left off.
Last time. Eren. See, he's not here.
Much better.
一緒に戦ってきた仲間を信じている。
ここで奴を終わりにしてやる。
Good luck with that.
Oh Jesus, they got fucking 50 cows. Oh! Oh! Ooh! Ow! John Titan has the maneuverability advantage.
It's like a fucking gremlin Titan.
マーレが捨て身の奇襲をかけてくると、奴らの持つ情報だけじゃこんな危険を冒す判断はできないはず。
潜水の力で地下から逃げるのです。このまま戦っても分が悪い。
Just like whatever, I'll do what I want.
来いよ、ライナー。
Yeah, there he is. Armored Titan.
お前なんだろう。マーレ軍にこんなバカなまでさせたのは。
Here we go.
Yet again. That's the reason I can't do the dub on this show. That Titan yell is so fucking good in the sub, and they changed it to something so stupid sounding in the dub.
ファルコはどこに？
あの建物の中にジークの脊髄液を口にしてしまい、始祖の巨人と王家の血を引く巨人が揃った。マーレから撤退する飛行船の中でジークがそう話しているのを聞きました。
それが事実なのではないでしょうか。始祖の力が使えない理由がジークの不在と関係があるなら、エレンとジークを接触させてはなりません。
Damn, dude. Oh!
Warhammer really buffed him up, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. Jaw Titan. Ooh. That's the Warhammer.
俺の町を蹂躙した者はお前はここまでだ。今仕留めるぞ。奴らの大好物だ。雷槍を食らわせてやれ。
Fire in the hole. Oh my god, yeah, those are legit tank shells.
Jesus.
Hey man. Eren called down the Thunderwill. He's the one that provoked this. Cool.
約500の兵に鎧、アギト、車力が同時に。それをエレンが一人で相手にしている。必死にあがいているが、いずれやられる。先んじゃねえぞ。
何がみんなだ。てめえらの戦いだろうが。
イラに逆らえば頭を吹っ飛ばされるだけだ。
お前は俺たちに優しくしておいて、裏じゃワインでパラディ島を乗っ取る計画だったんだろうが。 体になんなきゃならねえんだよ。おい。
俺は本当に知らなかったんだ。ワインのことや安楽死計画なんて他の義勇兵と同じように。
本当だと思うぞ。俺たちはイエレナから口止めされていた。
エルディア人の安楽死なんて協力したくない。俺たちはパラディ島を発展させて一緒にマーレを倒してほしかった。
エルディア人が子供を作れなくなることをエレンが望んでるってみんな本気でそう思ったの？
確かに奴らしくないとは思ったが、ありえないことだとまでは。
ありえないだろ、あのエレンだよ。
じゃあなんでジークやイエレナに逆らわないんだよ。
逆らわなくていいからだよ。最終的に始祖の力を承諾したと見せて自分は味方だと思い込ませることができたなら、地ならしてこの島を守ることができる。エレンは誰にも手出しされない。
I want that to be true, but at the same time, I have a slight feeling he's lost part of his mind.
I think so too. Damn.
Like that would be pretty nice if it turns out that Armin's right, because that at least leaves it open that Zeke is still the antagonist.
Yes.
Obviously, if Levi is dead, he can go fuck himself.
I don't think he
and
is.
anybody who tries to defend him in any way, shape, or form anymore can go fuck themselves too, because I'll straight up fucking beat you at Tekken. I don't give a fuck. Like, fight me, ass.
Fair.
Like,
Fair enough.
I don't give a fuck.
So overall,
Like,
though,
dude, I'm gonna have opinions about this show that are gonna piss people off, because it's just, I got invested in certain characters, and I've been invested in certain characters since the beginning. And yes, it's supposed to be like a thing that shows you that like there is no black and white, and it's a very complicated situation, and there are people playing from all different kinds of angles and stuff.
yes.
People with all kinds of different motivations. But that doesn't change the fact that there are still characters I really care about and want to succeed, even if they may be on differing sides at this current point in time.
Yes.
Like, so, I mean, if you don't agree with my opinion, then you probably just like other characters than I do, or you aren't as invested in any characters the way that I am. And so we're going to have to agree to disagree at that point. So you're going to have to get over it.
Yeah.
But Levi's my favorite fucking character.
Uh-huh.
And even though he is technically versus Eren right now, and Eren's my second favorite character, like, because I want Eren to succeed in basically telling the rest of the world where they need to shove it up their ass.
I'm not a fan
Obviously,
of the
Eren
euthanization.
is very, very villainous at the moment. He's like very, very close to turning complete antagonist to the series.
Full heel turn.
Yeah.
Right now,
Which
he's-
also just seems sort of like after, like, you know, from 1 through 3, the whole time, Eren was our main protagonist.
Yes.
And it's just sort of like fucking crazy. Like, nobody really does that in a story, hardly ever. And this would be a very different story if that's really the case, that it's like the main protagonist 100% just became the antagonist during the last season of the show, you know?
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not impossible, obviously, and it would be definitely be a unique and interesting decision.
Yes, it would be.
But
100%.
I don't know. It's like at the same time, I still want there to be like some good behind Eren, and I want there to be that happy, you know, revelation at the end that everything that he was doing because he cared about his friends, and he knew it was the only thing he felt like he could do. He felt too cornered to be able to do anything else, you know.
Well,
and then I want Zeke to get his dick chopped off if Levi is dead and fed to him. So,
well,
Zeke, in my opinion, is the 100% current main antagonist, with the Marleyan government being the secondary antagonists. That's how I feel.
fair
And
enough.
you can agree to disagree, like, you know, all you want. Like, that's how I see it right now.
And
It's like, obviously the soldiers of Marley are what they are. Like, they're fighting on the wrong side because most of them don't really have a choice.
and most of them are, you know, believe what they believe.
Yeah, it's just like most of them Like, I'm not going to sit here and argue the same things I argued in the previous seasons again, because I've already made my points on that, and people have made it clear that they're not going to fucking listen to me on those points. So, but you know, that's just how I look at it right now. Marley's the bad guys. Eren and Zeke are trying to be the bigger bad guys that are so bad that it makes the bad guys not look all that bad.
Well,
but at the same time, I think Zeke's actually the one that's kind of taking that spot, and it's not really more that he's worse than Marley, because in my opinion, wanting to sterilize a race of people and basically treating that race of people with the same kind of treatment that Nazi Germany treated Jewish people,
yes,
are both pretty fucking bad.
That's very, very bad.
You know, like, both of those things are horrible, horrible things, and they both make you evil. Like, and you see, even though they're trying to justify it, like, we're sterilizing it for a good, or sterilizing everyone for a good reason, it's like, no. Like, it's just... I'm
sure the justification that the Nazis had sounded great to the grand populace as well.
Yeah.
I'm sure it did, but doesn't change the fact that, in the end... It was
it's like
pure
both
evil.
of those things are straight up like fucking evil. Like,
yes.
And you can't just tell a race of people that, oh, because of the destiny of some people in your race, you all can't have kids and exist anymore after your generation because you're a threat to the world. And it's like, fuck you, dude. My grandma's been sitting in the house her whole fucking life knitting and making really good soup. How the fuck is she a threat to the world? Like, go fuck yourself.
Again,
like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, no, I'm the same thought.
It's like, just because these assholes in the government got to fucking play like whose dick's bigger with each other. It's just like real life, really.
Yeah.
It's really just, you know, it's a much more grand fantasy like situation of what happens in real life. There's a fucking dick measuring contest going on between a couple of assholes that are way up at the fucking top and the governments, and then everybody way the fuck down here where we're sitting has to suffer for it.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
really
wondering,
bullshit.
in terms of Eren, in terms of his resolution, I'm wondering if Eren's going to have like a full-on Snape moment. You know what I'm talking about? That moment where we realize instead of him being our worst enemy, he was instead, you know, someone who was...
He was looking out for everyone but himself the whole time, basically.
Yes,
Yeah.
and, you know, sacrifice for the greater good. And I wonder if eventually... He'll admit to Mikasa, yeah, I'm sorry that, you know, I wasn't able to say it to you earlier, but thank you for being my friend, and, you know, not gonna go the full, like, I love you, you know.
One of the whole things, too, that just gets me is, like, he's protected the shit out of, spaced on her name, both her old name and her current name, but the Queen. Like... He has, like, done his best to make sure that she doesn't end up in a situation that, like, she's going to be miserable with as best that he can.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that that means that she basically...
Historia.
Yeah, Historia.
Yeah.
It's like, it's still fucked up because she's essentially ended up, like...
Under
as far as I
house
can
arrest.
tell, like, she's being used as a breeder, like, against her will, probably.
Yeah, Historia Reese. There she is.
Yeah, it doesn't... I don't want to read anything about her, though. 'cause
Well, no,
don't
I was
wanna
just, like, looking up, like...
risk any spoilers about anything to come, you know?
Fair enough. So, yeah.
It's like, you know, he's like, that was his thought during all that stuff, and we didn't really get a lot of closure about that other than knowing that was one of the last things that we were getting let in on and as to what he was thinking back at the end of season 3, I believe. Or early season 4. I can't remember if it was... I think it was back at the end of season 3 that stuff was going on. But I don't know. It's hard to believe that he's just 100% lost his mind and is going to do something that's fucking crazy, and it's a lot easier to believe that there's going to be a revelation at some point that he's got other plans besides what everybody thinks he's got. But, I mean, he has been acting like a straight-up dick, though.
Yes, he has. I will admit, he has acted like a kind of a dickhead.
It's like, especially with Armin and Mikasa, like...
Ooh, yeah. Those have been bad.
Yeah.
Like, his treatment of them. Especially, you know, like, he beat the shit out of Armin, but he basically told Mikasa, you're basically a lapdog.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's fucked on so many levels. And I'm
that's the kind of thing that makes me think that he might have just kind of lost his mind.
Well, he at that
because
one
he
time,
legitimately cared for them, and like that is such a fucked up thing to say to someone you legitimately love and care about.
But I would also say it will make probably him executing his plan a lot easier, because if they're not there to stop him or try and talk him out of it, because here's the thing, they will prioritize Eren living.
Mm-hmm.
They will prioritize him not wanting to like end himself for the greater good. And
maybe the whole thing is like he's just trying to keep them out of the plans.
He basically is forcing them out. He's forcing them out of the picture and wanting them to stay away from him. Because, you put the typical, like, psychological thing is you push away those that you love.
Well, it could be the mentality is like, I essentially can't do this with people that really care about me stepping in the way. Like, so I basically have to make sure that those people, like, I have to make those people hate me in order to be able to do what I need to do, essentially.
Yeah.
But it also could just be like, from a perspective of like, if they really are completely heel turning him, like that was obviously to help us begin to really dislike him as well,
Yeah. And again, and there's just so many things, so many possibilities that we're dealing with right now.
And
so
I mean, the other things
ulterior
he's done
motives.
was leading up to that too, because obviously it was like, to an extent, it was like I would say you could call that a war crime, what he did at the back in Marley, at the what was that, the military assembly thing.
So
he killed a lot of innocent civilians and stuff.
Yes, he did. It
was basically the equivalent of a terrorist bombing, like, because he turned into a titan underneath all that.
Yes, and he basically murdered a lot of people.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, it's kind of like, that didn't make me that angry, because Marley's been straight up fucking war criming against Paradise for how long now?
A long fucking time.
Yeah, so it's sort of like an eye for an eye type thing. It's like, all right, at a certain point, like, I feel bad for your people who didn't have anything to do with this dick measuring contest, but y'all need to realize that you can't just fucking push everybody else around forever. And what's the best way to do that than to fucking kick you in the nuts and make you realize that your nuts aren't made of steel? You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, again, that's the whole thing. Eren doing that was sort of going against the script on what they originally had planned.
It's like thinking your shit don't stink, so I rub your own shit in your face and then see what you think of it, know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah, overall, the whole thing with Eren's reasoning for doing what he did, I mean, I don't 100% agree with what he did. I don't.
I still don't 100% know his reasonings behind everything, so I can't say if I do or not.
Well,
you know what I mean?
If he makes himself the monster, like makes himself the sacrificial monster to bring peace between everything, and he basically sacrifices himself for that, then maybe. Basically, making himself almost like a Dr. Manhattan from Watchmen. He does that, then I guarantee you, like everyone, like Mikasa, Armin, and all of them will just be like, "No, you can't do this. You can't do this. We won't let you." And yeah, he doesn't want to have to deal with that. So, and if he made that big of a mess in Marley, all the Marleyans are gonna want him dead. And if they basically bring his head on a pike through Marley, I guarantee you, like, that's gonna ease tensions and make it to where, I don't know if it'll completely cure the stigma, but it could be a start. Again, I don't know. There's so many things that can happen.
Yeah, I don't really think that's what he's up to either, because just giving himself up after committing like one atrocity doesn't really stop them doing all the other things they've been doing.
Yeah.
Like, he's got to make a display of strength to scare. Like, it's like Kind of like they were saying, it's like if he does the rumbling, nobody will want to touch Paradise for at least 50 years, basically, you know? Like there needs to be a display of strength that says, if you fuck with us, we will fuck you back. Like basically, you know what I mean?
I get that.
Like, and I think that might be what he's trying to do.
Maybe. I guess we'll have to see. But anyway, everyone, I think that's gonna do it for this one. This was Attack on Titan, episode 76, Judgment. The final season is continuing, and hopefully here soon we will see the eventual resolution. But right now, there's just so many moving pieces. I can't make a proper judgment call. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, everybody, and we'll see you in the next one. I'm Nate.
I'm Nick.
Peace.